All right, day 11, back at it. A little sick, but here we go. This one is a late video. Big day today. I I've been studying all day. I had a midterm earlier today. Then I had to make dinner at like 10 p.m. because I have another assignment tomorrow. But you know how it be. We're still coming out with daily trading content. And here, again, as I was saying, I was really busy today. I actually only took one trade, but luckily it was a beautiful one, so I'd love to come and share it today. Getting into the day, I couldn't trade in the morning. I was working out from probably until like about 11, yeah, like 11:30, and then what was I doing? Oh yeah, I was like studying for a bit, and then I got on the charts around here. Alright, I'd say like around like 1. I got on the charts just because I was busy. But we saw that this was happening. As price came up to here, it had started to range. And something that I was really loving about that was that on a higher time frame, it was in line with this right here. Here, I think the 5-minute will actually show this better. Or better yet, I'll just show it on here. So I traded just in this block right here. I took that beautiful little short right there, little top tick. We'll get into how I did that later. And that was just absolutely in line with like this, all of this support right here, like this entire block of just like, you know, that's what I'm looking at right there, right? Hits this resistance here, beautiful, but it hadn't hit that yet. Anyways, so I was looking at that, and then I took the trade like right there. I got the top of that. Because again, it's not about the number of trades you take, although I have an issue sometimes with taking a lot of trades, as you can see. Oh. But like one trade today, 225 profit, just because I had to standardize risk reward instead of targeting specific volume levels, like I should do. But again, it was a busy day. I wasn't quite getting on that. How we did this right here. Let me get into bookmap right here, because this was the gist of it. Holy zoom out. Oh my fur. That definitely dropped the bit rate a little bit. Yeah, here we go. So I saw price coming up here, pushing through this shit, and here we go. Yeah, so price was like ranging here pretty clearly to me. And then at this point, I saw price kind of come up here, and then I saw like this shit was fading away. As price got up here, it wasn't really filling this. It was like, I don't know, it just wasn't treating this very strongly, right? So I was like, all right, I'm not going to take a trade off of that reaction, but we are getting to the bounds of a range, as these two peaks have declared. And so then when I saw here, what kind of jumps out right away is this like 116 volume on the order book, as well as if you look at the volume profile here, we go below into 900, like like we go below 1,000 here. So this is a very low volume node right here, and this is kind of the boundary of it with that 3,812, or I guess come back here. Yeah, like this is kind of the boundary of it. So that's where I'm looking to trade, and it lines up perfectly with this large volume order. So when price came in there, I had my I basically was just hovering on my sell ask button, and then as soon as price came up to that level, this is actually how I did it. I have a plugin that will allow me to keep this tab on top, but I discovered that it would actually just, at least I hope this shows up properly. Yeah, I hope this shows up. Actually, it might not with OBS, but if this shows up, it should be showing the buy-sell window over here on the right still, but it should just be showing the order book in the main frame. And that's kind of how I'm able to take most of these trades. I love doing that. And I just had a standardized take profit at 6877, which was like right here. 6877 right here. But like I set that. It wasn't set because of this. Maybe I would have put it like, I don't know. There was nowhere really good to put it. Maybe I would have put it here. But again, I also like didn't want to discount the fact that we could push a little bit further up before we went. So the fact that we came down here, the midway point, I was like, all right, maybe we could still be going up because look, we were making lows here, lows here. We had started ranging with our highs for sure, but we were still making higher lows. So you see that, and we continued doing that until here. Then we enter this entire fuckery range. I'm glad I didn't trade this. This would have been bullshit. Would have been down here, like waiting for a breakout. Oh, luckily that didn't happen. But yeah, I mean that is pretty much what I did today. That's really just a lesson in patience, and you don't need to trade a lot. Pretty happy that the one trade I took today was a win. That's definitely gonna be something for the books. But it's really, I don't really have much to say today. I mean, I have a lot of stuff to work on, so I can't make a long video. I guess one thing that I was thinking about a lot though today was the idea of doubt in trading, in life, in everything, right? When you have your idea of purpose and you're working hard towards something and you hear that little voice in the back of your head that's like, oh, you're just casting doubt over everything that you do. It's like, oh, you don't want this enough to really have it. You, you're not working hard enough for this. Like, all these different things that you'll hear. And for a long time, I kind of took that voice and I just blocked it out because I didn't like hearing that stuff. And it was kind of like it hurt me. Like, I was just easier for me to just, like, pretend that it didn't exist. Even though it did kind of hurt me, like, hearing that, like, doubt. But then I learned, actually, this was just last night that I was thinking about this with a friend of mine. If you take that voice of doubt and you listen to it for a second, and you listen to that voice of doubt, and you figure out that it really isn't something that's supposed to hinder you when you listen to those fears and those doubts. Because when you listen to that, when you pay attention to your doubts, that actually reveals to you where your insecurities and failures lie. And once you identify those, then you can plan ahead of time in order to meet those. So for instance, if I had the doubt like, I'm not going to work hard enough, instead of thinking like, I'm not going to work hard enough, thinking, man, I think that I might not be working hard enough for this. So, what am I going to turn that into? I'm going to create ways that will enable me to work harder, right? It's just a reframing. Reframing all of your issues in your life as opportunities to see where you can be better. And that's honestly, like, changed a lot. That's, like, helped me in my relationship. That's helped me in trading. That's helped me in school. That's helped me just, like, a lot of things. And that's the truth of the matter is that, like, I'll write this out because I like writing things out. Now, the voice of failure, it's a best friend. Because it, like, as tempting as it is to ignore it, once you start listening to that voice of doubt, you understand where it comes from. Like, instead of just having this ominous feeling of doubt that I've had for years over any of my abilities, like, oh no, I'm not sure if I can really do that, or some bullshit, right? Instead of having that, what you gain is the ability to, like, see into your life way more deeply than you did before, and you can essentially gain full control, because once you know what you doubt, you know where your weakness lies. And as long as you actually want to work on something, as long as you are committed, which you can choose, by the way, it's not like you're committed or you're not committed. You have the ability to choose between whether you're committed to something or not. That's another thing, maybe I should talk about that in a separate video, about the idea of your role in the world. And, like, I know a lot of people that kind of just go through the motions of living, and they don't make many choices themselves, and they think, oh, everything's, like, made for them. Everything, like, they're this type of person who has these type of friends, who does this. But again, it's not true. all of those boundaries, every single boundary that's ever been set by you is completely not real. Like, albeit the physical ones might be a little real, all right? Sure, there's some things that are real, but the mental ones, the ones about, like, the kind of person that you are. For a long time, I told myself things like, oh, I just, like, don't work hard for things like, I just don't work hard. I told myself that because I had gotten through all of elementary and middle and even high school without ever working hard, without studying. Hell, even university, there are some classes where I still breeze by without studying, without working hard. And I told myself pretty much the way you grew up from that resulted in you not working hard for things. But no. You've got to come back to it. Instead of doubting my ability to work hard, I look deeper at how am I working actually? Am I working hard? Instead of this just being an esoteric voice in my head, let's make it something real and concrete. Let's make the evidence that I'm working hard so strong that even I have to believe that I'm a hard worker. And that's the thing, you're not going to be the same person forever. What you think are your limits today, man, you'll blow past them. You'll blow past those things in 1, in 5, 20 years. We think very short term, because it's true, a lot can go on in even just a day. Like, you could fuck your entire life up in just a few minutes, certainly. But you could also, in every single moment, be contributing to a better life. And that's why you need to have a vision for the future. Because, like, you can walk around, no idea what's going on. You know what? I'll take that back, actually. I don't think you need to have a vision for the future. You don't need to do anything. You can live your life however you choose. But this is for me. And if anyone else is watching this video, I mean, personally, these videos are for me. If anyone else is even watching this video, they're probably of a like mind where they want to be able to control the man they are. You know, it's not just up to chance who I am. I get to say, and I get to choose who I am. And so it's important to realize that even who I think I am, even who you think you are right now, tomorrow you're not going to be that same person. Your abilities now are going to grow. Maybe you'll forget about some things. Maybe you'll have different thoughts, though. You're never going to think about the same things your entire life. Maybe it's a topic that you love coming back to, but every time you think about it, it's going to be in a different manner. You know, they say, a man never steps in the same river twice, for he is not the same man, and the river is not the same river. Anyway, that's corny as fuck, but the point still stands, right? You need to fail. You need to run headfirst into things and experience them, all right? You can't just sit back and think about life. Because I did that for a long time. It was pretty much just me sitting down and not knowing really what I wanted to do. So I would have all these fantasies about, oh, you know, I could do this with my life. I could do that. Oh man, I really like to try that, but I feel like I'm much more comfortable where I currently am. So I'm just gonna think about it. And I hated that. Looking back, I hated that, man. It was like I was not being a person. I was just going through the motions. Again, going through the motions, not being a person. I really wanted to figure out what it was like to live your own life. And that kind of led me to where I am now, where, I try to make the most out of every day. In the past few weeks, every single day has seemed long, 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 because I'll get up, go to the gym, come home, study, trade, go to a few lectures for the day, Call my girlfriend a few times as well in between all that. Call my girlfriend again a few times because I love her. And I'd come home, make dinner, study more, trade more, make videos, and I love it personally. This life has been way better than 3-4 years ago when I used to sit down and watch YouTube all day. God, those are the fucking miserable days. In the midst of COVID, just sitting there, watching other people like live life, and just like sitting there, taking it all in. That's why like I needed to escape somehow. And that's why I found trading 2 years ago. It was just like it came at the right moment where I was just done, absolutely done with all of this like bullshit regarding the life that I was supposed to lead, the life that I was leading. And this isn't in like a corny way of like escaping the matrix or anything. I think that shit's just more buzzwords to sell you courses at the end of the day. This is just about being a person, man or woman. Like I know, oftentimes I use like man terminology in this, talk about being a man, because that's how I relate to it personally. But it's just about being a decent person. It's about being someone who isn't controlled by every opinion that you see online. It's about being someone who thinks for themselves. We're coming into a time now where most men online are dumbasses, and that's why people love them. People love them because they're funny. It started in the 2000s with funny like Adam Sandler movies, dumbasses, right? All these main leads, just dumbass characters who are lovable, fun guys who maybe aren't that smart, but at the end of the day, they mean no harm. And that kind of rhetoric is so damaging, don't you think? To just be like, we're gonna get rid of all the intellect for young males. Like, no, I want to bring that back. I genuinely do, because what's gonna happen to the next generation if they grow up also watching like, I'm not gonna name names necessarily, but the male what do you call it, celebrities, role models in today's world are absolutely terrible figures. They gamble, they womanize, they tell they don't do anything. They do drugs. They come on. What happened to someone with manners? What happened to good old fashioned family values? You know. Hey Peter. Hey Peter. Yeah, you know. I mean, Peter Griffin is one of those fun, lovable, dumb fucking characters for sure. But I don't even mean just in media. I mean, everywhere you go, like, there's just oh, continuity camera. Oh, never mind. Looks maxing. I gotta get a haircut though. But I mean, really, like, I could get really deep into this topic for a while about how, you know, we need more good role models out there. But shit, I mean, what else can you do but just lead by example, right? That's what I'm trying to do. I mean, I'm like not all serious. I tell jokes. Not good ones though, but you know, I try. But I don't know, man. I like getting on here and talking about things because it's mostly just to myself, but I like to be able to think through things. And that's why the voice of failure is my best friend, because I listen to it, and that's what it gives me more ideas for videos. When I fuck up a trade or something, I listen to why did I mess up? When I have doubts about the way that I'm trading, I listen to that. Just what was I saying the other day? Oh yeah, literally last night I had to retype out my entire trading methodology. Here, I'll put y'all on game right now. This is the only way that you ever need to make trades. All right, you use chart patterns to analyze the 5-minute time frame of whatever chart you're on. I use ES. This would work on NQ. Would also work on gold. I used to use it on gold. What you're gonna do then is buy low and sell high. Simple as buy low, sell high, buy low, sell high, buy low, sell high, buy low, sell high, right? And how are you gonna qualify what is high and what is low. Again, going back to the 5-minute charts. Look at the ranges, all right? Look at the ranges. We range back up. What are we going to do then? We also use volume nodes and volume tapers. If there was no action above here, I would have called this more of a taper, but looks like a volume node here. And, or no, not that one. Here, where was it? What was that one? 13, 15? Yeah, it was that one. Right there. This is a volume node, or a volume taper if it hadn't been there. You use that to qualify what your exact entries are. Once you do that, then you either hit a standardized target, like a 3-to-1, which I typically hit, or you use volume levels, like here, to qualify that. What was this? This was 6,875. That would have been just around here. Yeah, that would have gotten hit. What happened to that? Oh, it just disappeared, actually. Yeah, no, price came down there. Yeah, totally did. Anyways, that's game. That's really all you need to know. No one's going to watch this, except for, I don't know, maybe someone. Please. But that's just game right there, you know, pretty much. I learned that by listening to myself when I failed. And so now, at this point, I'm only going to take trades on that. Even if I have the idea that I can take a trade, like, if I don't feel really confident, like, at the morning because of some fucking dumb reasons, like, oh, news, like, is telling me, like, price is going to chug down right at market open, I'm not going to take the trade. Because if I win based on that, that's just a random win. And random trades in the market, on average, will lose. So if I'm taking random trades, I'm going to lose more than I win. Even if I think in a moment, oh, this is a really great win that I'm going to better take. So I'm just going to stick to my strategy, which I know works. And maybe in the future, I'll expand my strategy if I feel like I'm missing out on opportunities. But again, this strategy gives me so many opportunities. I literally hopped on the charts and I immediately had this opportunity, like within 20, 30 minutes. And I could have kept going. I just had to go study more because I'm a busy guy. But, you know, that's about it, really. I've probably gone on for long enough at this point. What else? Oh, shit, this is 23 minutes at this point. But, yeah, I mean, I kind of went off on a little bit of a ramble there about failure and about role models. I'll probably talk more about that in future videos, but yeah, I mean, I really hope, like, if anything, I can help some people kind of get closer to financial freedom. Because I really love trading, and if I can help people, fuck, dude, I really want to. What else are we really here for? You know? It's not fun unless the whole gang eat. Simple as. I'm a simple guy. But, yeah, I mean, I'll come out with another video tomorrow. Can't wait. Actually, will I? I have the morning, I'm not free. Then I'm going to go work out after that. Then I have a presentation. Yeah, I'll probably come out with a video. Maybe later, though. I mean, this one's already going to go at, like, 1 a.m., so fucking hell. But, yeah, I'll be out with another video. I'll probably trade a bit more tomorrow as well, depending on the day, if I get any good opportunity. But, that's been about it then. I guess I'll, you know, I'll keep in touch. And, deuces.